What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Defense, defense, defense. That's all I'm here to talk about. That's all I ever really here to talk about. I mean, the offense does their thing on this team. When you talk about the Raiders, the offense has been doing their thing for a little bit. They're clicking. They're adding pieces here and there. But, I mean, we all know the way the last two seasons ended because of how horrible our defense has been. So, it's no surprise that this offseason and this training camp in 2021, I'm just super excited. And we're all super excited to talk about our defense, man. Our defense. So, now, I spoke in my video yesterday, and John Gruden spoke about how if you're a fan of the Raiders, you have to be really, really excited about this secondary. And I pointed out how our secondary is really young, and we really have a lot of potential in the future of our secondary. But there's a few players that used to be in the secondary that were now conformed to linebackers, and that's kind of where I want to touch on today is some of our linebackers. Now, we all know that Littleton, Kwiatkowski, and Morrow are probably the big three. Those are probably our big dogs, but it is good to hear that Tanner Muse and Javin White are getting reps. And it's not just good to hear that they're getting reps, it's good to hear that they're healthy. Because these are two guys that we don't really get to see that often. We don't hear about that much. Even though Tanner Muse was a high draft pick, he ran a 4.4 40, but he used to play safety. You turn him into a linebacker. I think Javin White used to play safety. You converted him to a linebacker. And when you talk about us drafting Divine Diablo, who's a safety, that's going to play linebacker, I mean, it kind of makes your head spin. It kind of makes you wonder, like, why the hell do we keep doing this? You're hoping the Raiders don't ruin people's careers by changing their position. And what I mean by that is that, like, it's like if you take basketball, for instance, and you'll have a guy that's 6'9", 6'10". He's a big man, right? He's a bigger guy, power forward, center, but he can handle the ball. So you think that, oh, he can play point guard. But those who know basketball know it takes more than a good handle to play point guard. You have to be able to run the team. You have to be able to control the pace. You're responsible for how everyone else plays around you. It's not just dribbling. You got to get your guys good shots. You got to be able to get back on defense. There's a lot more to it. And bad coaches and bad GMs will take a guy who's that big that can dribble and turn him into a point guard, not knowing that it takes a little more than that. So I'm hoping that's what the Raiders don't do. Don't take a guy that's really good at safety and say, but he kind of has the size to play linebacker, and then you think that's all it takes to play linebacker. I hope that's not what they're doing. Time will tell, but I am really excited about Tanner Muse and Javin White getting reps. I know a lot of you guys have been asking a lot of questions all summer long about Tanner Muse because we don't know what we're getting. Is he going to make the team? He's going to get cut. But reports are coming out that him and Javin are getting a lot of reps with the first and second team, which is great news. And I know some people want to jump out the window and say shit like, well, oh, Littleton's going to get his job taken. Kwiatkowski's going to get his job taken. I'm not going to go that far. I don't know if that's the situation. I'm not there in Vegas. I'm not seeing what's going on. And I definitely don't have no idea what the hell John Gruden's trying to do. So I'm not going to jump out the window and say that. But what I will say is that it's all good news. It is all great news. Because now you take a position group, in my opinion, that was razor thin going into the draft. You didn't really do much to address the linebacker position because I liked guys like Monty Rice. I like guys like Jabril Cox. And we passed on those guys and took Divine Diablo, and we're going to turn him into a linebacker. So I just think it's all good news that we have linebackers on this roster that can now make a difference, that are now going to be able to get on the field. And like I mentioned yesterday, just because you're taking reps with the first team doesn't mean you're going to be on the first team. You want to get an idea of how players are going to respond to going against the first team. So you want to get those reps in there to see how they gel with first team players and not just, oh, he stands out in practice, but he's always going against second team or scout team, right? Or practice squad. You don't want to do that, so you want to throw those guys in the fire and see what they have. But to me, it's just all great news that guys like Tanner Muse and Javin White, I think that's Javin White. I'm going to go with Javin White. It's good to see that those guys are able to be on the field because we all know no matter how fast you are, no matter how big you are, no matter how good you are, your best ability is availability. And these guys have just not been available for us. So to see a linebacker core that once felt like we only had 3 guys, now to see where it's deep as 6, 7 guys now is really positive and is really good for this team going forward. And I keep saying, I think this team is being built for 2022, 2023, and this just kind of bolsters that point. It makes me feel even better about me saying that because these are all young players. These are all young players, man. When you think about our oldest guy outside of Incognito is like Derek Carr. When you think about Derek Carr as being one of the veterans on his team, and he's 30 years old, 32 years old in that age bracket, not even 32. I'm pretty sure he's just 30 years old. So it's like, wow. This team is really being built for the future. So I'm just really excited to hear about Javin White and Tanner Muse actually getting on the field and being able to make a difference, man. So if you like the video, like the video. If you like the content on the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you got anything to say about what I'm talking about or whatever you want to talk about, get down there in the comments and let me know what it is, okay? And until the next time, Raider Honcho out.